And we're on Facebook Live. And here is Travis Denning. Hi, Travis. How are you?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm pretty good. We're so excited about the show. You are opening tonight for Chase Rice. We just talked to him a little bit, and he talked a lot of smack about you.
Yeah.
He said for everyone not to come and see you, and I think that is terrible.
He hates us because he ain't us. Peanut butter jealous. That's what I call it. Yeah, he can't help himself.
And I think we're gonna get a little taste, and we'll see what he's talking about. And I think it's gonna be really good. But I wanted to get in. He was texting you earlier.
No, he was.
He
texting me
totally
during
gave
the
up
interview.
what I was gonna talk about.
Yes.
I heard that you were in this thing in high school.
Yes.
Called the Naked Boys.
Yeah, and see, that's the thing is every high school had this, and every
high school does not have Naked Boys.
All right, it's the guys who paint like go team, go beat so and so.
Right.
So I kind of helped run that squad.
Okay.
My
Yeah,
senior
you were the
year.
captain.
I was like the captain of the Naked Boys, and so we had Go Demons. We were the demons across our chest.
Which letter were you?
I was. It just depends.
Oh, you're just like, hey.
But I was sometimes a G, sometimes a D, whatever.
Okay.
And of course, he texted me, and I explained it to him,
important.
and I said, "Yeah, that's how I got the chicks." And he said, "Football players get the chicks," and I said,
because he was a football player,
and I said, confidence gets the chicks, and nothing's more confident than a skinny white boy with a G painted on his chest. And boom, he didn't text me back, so I won that argument.
He was texting. He was like, I'm gonna. I go, did you hear he was in the Naked Boys? Did you hear about? He was like, I did not.
He texted me and said, Naked Boys, and I went, okay, someone brought this up. I
make jokes. He's making jokes about people not coming out for you because you're opening. But it just seems like you guys have got a great connection. You guys are having a lot of fun on this tour. What is one thing that you have dish on him right now? Do you have any dish on him that you'd like to reveal?
Oh man, I'm just trying to think. I mean, there's probably so much. I don't even know where to start. I mean, he just, he's talked about how much he wishes he was as pretty as I am, and just kind of had the swagger I had.
And I could see where he would feel that.
Yeah. And it's okay. He actually wrote me I've got a picture of it somewhere. He wrote me a nice letter on his 8x10, and he said, "Man, thanks for the advice. I think she'll come back one day. I hope so. Love Chase Rice." So I mean, he needs help from me constantly.
And this is why he probably hey, can you want to do this tour with me? He's just thinking maybe he could get closer and get some more tips.
Yeah, and it's gotten a little out of hand, to be honest with you. I'm kind of over it. So if you could back off, Chase. I'm not texting during my interview.
I love that you guys are having fun. You're gonna play. Do you have like a song that you can play for us right now?
Absolutely.
You got the guitar. You got this guy.
This is Jason on the box on the cajon.
Okay, on the box.
He's keeping the beat. Yeah, we're going to play.
What are you going to play for us?
This is a song that I wrote about the way I grew up, and I grew up in Middle Georgia. And one thing that's great about this song was I always thought, maybe it's only the way that people in the South could relate to it. But the best thing about being on the road with Chase and visiting stations is I'm finding out everybody kind of grew up the same way. So this song's called Good Years. Yeah, it's just a 2-lane, double-line speed trap, 45 mile an hour mapped out. Little town kind of life, work till that 9 to 5 time card shift home blows. Yeah, 40-hour paychecks cashing at the bank, an 87 unleaded topping off the tank, in a double-stacked glass Pat Jack V8, waiting on a green light go. Rolling on them good years, flying on them high times, and Circle K cold beer, going up on a Friday night. Between the bottom falling out to the river running dry, we drop it down and drive on them dirty 35s. Just keep on doing how we do it, get through it round here. Rolling on them good years. Yeah, there's a dust-covered metal sign sitting at the county line. Single-A state champs, 94 and 95. Home team, red and white pride, hanging around, and the Naked Boys. On jackpot, scratch scratch off looking for the numbers. Cornrow field wasn't good as last summer. Yeah, you hope for the rain, settle for the thunder. Don't know how you could make it without rolling on them good years, flying on them high times. Circle K cold beer, going up on a Friday night. Between the bottom falling out to the river running dry, we drop it down and drive on them dirty 35s. Just keep on doing how we do it, get through it round here. Yeah, rolling on them good years. Through the downs and the ups, all the smooth and the rough. Yeah, there's days we pray, days we cuss. From the sun coming up, the sun dropping. Oh, we just keep on a-rocking, rolling on them good years and flying on them high times. And Circle K cold beer, going up on a Saturday night. Between the bottom falling out to the river running dry, we drop it down and drive on them dirty 35s. Keep on doing how we do it to get through it round here. Rolling on them good years. Keep rolling on them good years.
Woo!
Thank you.
I love private concert. It's so fun. You talk about growing up, and earlier before we started, you were saying like, "Oh man, I'm cooking and drinking wine and listening to Miles Davis," and I was like, "Wait a second, you're like like you have a Bass Pro hat on right now." Yeah. And you're like the most country person. You can tell you've walked miles in the cowboy boots.
Yeah, these boots are they about rode out.
And
yeah.
to hear that you're listening to Miles Davis, I'm like, that is the craziest thing.
Well, and that's I totally grew up that middle Georgia southeastern life, but when I started chasing music and I started playing guitar when I was 11, I mean, my journey through music has been unbelievable. Just the things I found and discovered and the music that I got pointed into. So, I mean, I'm the guy that can listen to Earl Thomas Conley and Shenandoah all day long, but then I do love Miles Davis and John Coltrane and B.B. King and the blues and jazz, and I grew up on the Allman Brothers, and I think that's where a lot of that came from, because the Allman Brothers, they took it all, I mean, Southern rock was everything.
Is that your ultimate group?
That's my pinnacle.
Because everyone's got like they're like this is my group.
They're my everything. I mean, they're my favorite group. They're
amazing.
My biggest influence. I mean, I grew up 20 minutes away from where they lived, where they made music, and it really is in the air, in the water there. I mean, it's just when you get raised on that kind of music, I think you get opened up to so many other things.
And I feel like here, we're obviously Motown,
absolutely,
but we've got Bob Seger, and then for a lot of people growing up, Kid Rock is like their Bob Seger, if you will. And it is true. Like when you have that artist growing up in your space, or has grown up in your space, you get that energy and you're more connected to
and
them.
I think Kid Rock has done a great job of like keeping that legacy, and like he's very respectful to Detroit, and especially Bob Seger. I mean, he put out a live record, I think. It was either a live record or one of his albums, but it was the Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band album cover, and it was just kind of his ode to like, hey, I'm never going to forget where I come from, and I love that.
And he does that, and he gives a lot back to the community too.
Oh, absolutely.
We love Kid Rock, and I heard that there's speaking of like Detroit, you've got a little surprise at the show. So if you're just tuning in, by the way, Facebook Living right now, Travis Denning, we're talking to Travis Denning. He's opening up for Chase Rice. They are at the Fillmore. You guys go on at 8
o'clock.
8 o'clock. So there's still time to stop watching this Facebook Live video.
And go get some tickets.
And get your ass on down there, because there are a few tickets still available. So you can do that. And also, if you show your WYCD, you can win meet and greet passes. I know we're giving those out in line. So just FYI, stop listening to this video and down here. But so 8 o'clock. But it's almost like so good of a surprise at the end that I'm like, I don't want to, like, I want you to talk about it, but I'm like,
We're just gonna show some Detroit love. That's what we're gonna do, because, like I said, I love music. I love going to towns where there's songs with Detroit in the title and some other stuff. Hint. And we're just, it's going to be real quick, but we just kind of want to throw a little love to Detroit.
I think people are going to go crazy. Like, if the crowd is not already like, they will then go crazy.
Oh, I can't wait.
You're going to get the best reaction, because we have the best crowds. You'll see.
Oh, I can't wait.
You will see.
I can't wait.
So
we're in the heart of it right now. I mean, this is pretty cool. I mean, I'm sitting looking at a big old Tigers logo there, Ford Field. My boy Matt Stafford, a Georgia Bulldog.
That's right. You're a big Georgia Bulldog
fan. Oh, big
fan.
time, absolutely.
Do you want to play one more song?
Absolutely.
Yay! Private concert continues.
So this song is for anybody who ever had a fake ID. Looking at you over there in the corner. I wrote this about kind of who I was with my fake ID and the person I thought I was and how cool I was. And so this song is called David Ashley Parker from Powder Springs, because that was my fake ID right there. There it is, my bad.
There we go.
Yeah, I bought it with cash, weeks worth of cutting grass from a senior in the parking lot. That faded ID looked a little like me, but honestly it was still a long shot. So I studied every word, memorized every line, till I worked up the nerve one Friday night. Threw a case of beer up on the counter at a Circle K. Then I became David Ashley Parker from Powder Springs, November 27, turning 23. 5'9", brown hair, blue eyes, Levi's t-shirt, all-American guy. Made all the right moves, said all the right things, showed up with the smokes, and I bought all the drinks. Wasn't who I was, but every now and then I got to be David Ashley Parker from Powder Springs. That little plastic card, it got me into bars, made me friends at the liquor store. Yeah, and I was a hit with the good-looking chicks. Every time I shot, I scored. That's the one part of the song that's not 100% true. Didn't always do so good there. From Macon to Athens to Daytona Beach, I was a guy that could get what you need. It didn't even matter, I wasn't 21. Had a Georgia license, who said I was David Ashley Parker from Powder Springs, November 27, turning 23. 5'9", brown hair, blue eyes, Levi's t-shirt, all-American guy. Made all the right moves, said all the right things, showed up with the smokes and about all the drinks. Wasn't who I was, every now and then I got to be David Ashley Parker from Powder Springs. I was David Ashley Parker from Powder Springs, November 27, turning 23. 5'9", brown hair, blue eyes, Levi's t-shirt, one hell of a guy. Made all the right moves, said all the right things, showed up with the smokes and I bought all the drinks. Wasn't who I was, every now and then I got to be. In one of these days I sure hope I get to meet David Ashley Parker from Powder Springs. David Ashley Parker from Powder Springs. That's a true story right there.
Woo! I love it. Because how relatable is that? I'm thinking, you went to UCF for college.
Me?
We drove up to to Atlanta to get fake IDs, and we got caught with them.
Y'all would drive up from UCF to Atlanta.
Yeah, everybody did it. Listen, it wasn't just me, and it's been a long time, so I'm okay. I feel
That
like
is
I'm
a
cleared.
long drive for a fake ID.
A guy knew a guy, and they're like, you got to go to this place. It's in Atlanta. We all piled in the car.
That is amazing.
Went up there, got fake IDs, and then I had to drive back, and I didn't know how to drive a stick, and that's how we got caught. Dang. And the cop caught us because it was like, boom, 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 and he was like, they thought we were like drinking, but we weren't.
Or something. But he's like,
yeah,
"Let
we
me
weren't,
see
but
your
we're like,
ID."
we're gonna drink. We're gonna start drinking.
We're gonna start drinking if you'll let us go, please.
And then it's so funny because like you say, you're like, I hope I meet him, and I was like, oh my god, like I've gotten an email from. I used to lose my driver's license all the time, and some girls like, I have been you at the bar so many times.
No way, are you serious?
I was like, oh my god, and I was like, I got underage people drunk unknowingly. Well, it's terrible. It was not my fault. I just was really irresponsible with my IDs.
I will
they
tell
fell
you
out of my back pocket all the time.
Well, I will tell you right now that we know where DAP is.
Yes.
And we found his address and
you stalked him.
Oh, big
this
time.
is like a stalker case.
We did like background check, ran it, found his address, and we found him, and we're still trying to figure out like the most epic way to go for
epic, also known as non-creepy, because
yes.
this could go really wrong.
Well, it's like I think it's gonna be really funny. I think whatever we do, I mean, a part of me wants to be like clearinghouse check, like knock on the door. Hey man, are you Dave Ashley Parker from Powder Springs? I wrote a song about you.
And then be like, here it goes.
Just give it to her right there. Yeah,
that's so creepy. But
It'd
I'm
be
not
weird.
to be like
it'd be terrible. Or there's just the don't tell him, and then it's on the radio one day,
and then you're like,
and
hey,
he's driving, and he's like,
that's my name.
Son, what is that? Yeah.
And that's where his idea went. But coming from somebody that like that's happened to me, where the girl messaged me and she's like, I've used your ID. Like we had it for like a year at least.
She's like, I love you and I need to repay.
And I
this.
was like, I felt it was kind of weird because I was like, oh man, but I was like, well, that's where that ID went. I mean, at least somebody found it and they didn't do anything bad. I mean, it was bad, but they didn't like murder me. Exactly. I think that's what I was looking for. Like, thank you for not looking up my address and murdering me.
That'd be great. I think you should
he
not
would be
lose your ID anymore just because I don't know what the numbers are on the murder versus buying beer with
this
it.
way, like the odds on that are probably bad.
Maybe like yeah.
But I think if you show up at his house, I think a song would be appropriate, or maybe if you could put the radio like John Cusack in that movie.
Yes.
That movie
hold it up.
Yeah, like you're in love.
David.
So creepy.
That'd be horrible.
Rocks on his window.
It'd be horrible.
It'd be great.
It'd be great. To do exactly that.
I love that song. It is so fantastic. And we're going to hear it tonight.
Absolutely.
At the Fillmore. If you are watching this Facebook Live, just stop. Get off your computer, get out and experience life and enjoy live music. We appreciate you playing for a private little concert.
Woo, thanks for having me in. Appreciate
four of us
it.
in here and whoever's watching on Facebook. And then you're going on at 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
And doors open at 7, and it's tonight at the Fillmore, and there are a few tickets still available. And then, of course, I guess you get to see that guy Chase Rice.
Yeah, whatever.
I mean, how's he going to follow up with that?
I don't know. But there might be a special guest with the name of Dravis Tinning on Everybody We Know Does if you come.
What?
So yeah.
This is fantastic.
Absolutely, so it'll be fun.
And you're working on new music, a new
the whole shebang,
a whole album thing.
So we've cut the first half of the record.
Rob would make fun of me right now if he's like a whole album thing. Really,
we're making one of them recorded objects. We've cut the first half of the record, and I mean I'm fired up. I'm excited, and we're gonna have some music rolling out here in the spring, so it'll be good.
Well, we can't wait to hopefully see you back here
Absolutely.
in Detroit again. It gets even more fun here to walk the streets in the summer. And, everyone everyone kind of hibernates.
It's feeling okay right now.
Yeah.
I mean, when the sun goes down, it'll probably get cold, but
it's pretty nice.
Absolutely.
Well, we'll let you go to the show. Thank you so much for playing.
Absolutely.
And thank you, Facebook Live, wherever the camera is.
Woo! There's a couple.
I have no idea. There's a few. Bye.